6:45. This is a Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by J. Yogaraj and read by Lavani Vijayatunga. First, we take a look at the headlines. The first 20 rupee coin introduced by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka to mark the 70th anniversary of the Central Bank presented to the Prime Minister today. State Minister Nimal Lansa says the responsibility with regard to the Easter Sunday attack during the Yahapalana government cannot be transferred to anyone else. Imran Khan welcomes Sri Lanka's decision to allow burial for COVID-19 victims. National Peace Council commends the government's decision to allow burial for COVID-19 victims. Sri Lanka's COVID-19 recoveries count tops 77,000. Sri Lanka's COVID-19 case load exceeds 82,000. The process of providing COVID-19 vaccination to the people of 30 years and above in Colombo and Kapaha districts has commenced. And in news overseas, Biden takes the first military action with strike on Iran-backed militias. And in sports news, Pakistan, Umar Akmal eligible to return to cricket after CAS reduces his ban by 6 months. Those are the headlines, and now we move on to the details of the local news. The 20 rupee coin introduced by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka to mark the 70th anniversary of the Central Bank was presented to Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa to commence the circulation. A special function in this regard was held at Temple Trees this morning. The first 20 rupee coin was presented to the Prime Minister by the Governor of the Central Bank, Professor W.D. Lakshman. The coin will begin to be released on the 3rd of March for circulation. State Minister Nimal Lansa says the responsibility with regard to the Easter Sunday attack during the Yahapalana government cannot be transferred to anyone else. The security situation during the Yahapalana government deteriorated drastically and the SIS intelligence service also weakened. The economy of the country also came to a standstill. The state minister also alleged that the Easter Sunday attack took place due to the security lapses of the top regime during the Yahapalana government. The minister made these remarks while participating in a function held in Mathura today. Addressing the audience, the state minister further stated that high officials and leaders of the Yahapalana government should take the blame for this incident and face the consequences. The National Peace Council commends the government's decision to allow burial for COVID-19 victims. The government's decision to permit the burial of COVID-19 victims was long overdue. The National Peace Council appreciated the political courage of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, who made the early announcement that COVID burial was going to be permitted. The statement added that this decision will also be herald a shift in the government's policy to be a more inclusive one that is fair by all sections of the country's multi-ethnic, multi-religious, multilingual and multicultural policy. COVID-19 infections registered in Sri Lanka crossed 82,000 as 247 more persons tested positive today. As per statistics, the total number of COVID-19 infections confirmed in the country to date now stands at 82,180. Recoveries from the virus, meanwhile, climbed to 77,625 earlier today, with 664 more patients returning to health. However, 4,296 active cases are still under medical care at selected hospitals and treatment centers located across the island. According to the situation report of the Epidemiology Unit, majority of the recoveries were reported from Amilipitia Treatment Centre, Bingiriya Treatment Centre, Varakapula Base Hospital, Dambadariya Treatment Centre and Kawatha Treatment Centre. Sri Lanka's death toll due to the virus stands at 459. This is the news from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. And we continue with more local news. The process of providing COVID-19 vaccination to the people of 30 years and above in Colombo and Kapaha districts has commenced. The people over 30 years who are vulnerable to the disease are given priority. It is being carried out successfully. The Grama-Niladhara division areas of such areas are identified. This has been informed to the divisional medical officers and the chief medical officer of the Colombo Municipal Council. The vaccination process is carried out at Grama-Niladhara divisions which are at risk. The Pakistani government officially made its stance on the report on Sri Lanka by OHCHR in Geneva. The Pakistani government says the UNHRC should focus a broad outset to protect human rights and promoting humanity. The statement also stated that the Sri Lankan government has already commenced work on accountability and reform activities to improve the human rights record. The UNHRC should engage in a suitable medium of consultation and cooperation with the member states. Sri Lanka has suffered a lot due to the 3 decades of long war. The Pakistani government further noted that Sri Lanka should be commended for its effort taken after the end of war to protect human rights and strengthen the economy. The Cabinet and Parliament of Sri Lanka represents every community of the country, which should be considered as one good evidence of promoting democracy. The Samagi Jalabanavegaya celebrated its first year anniversary on the 15th of next month. The celebration rally will be held at Hyde Park grounds on that day. The decision in this regard was taken at the Executive Committee meeting held at SJB headquarters in Athulkote today. The meeting was held under the patronage of SJB leader Sajith Premadasa. It said the further plans of the SJB will be revealed at the anniversary meeting on the 15th of March. And to conclude the local news, the headlines once again. The first 20 rupee coin introduced by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka to mark the 70th anniversary of the Central Bank presented to the Prime Minister today. State Minister Nimal Lansa says the responsibility with regard to the Isa Sunday attack during the Yahapalane government cannot be transferred to anyone else. Imran Khan welcomes Sri Lanka's decision to allow burial of COVID-19 victims. National Peace Council commends the government's decision to allow burials for COVID-19 victims. Sri Lanka's COVID-19 recoveries count tops 77,000. Sri Lanka's COVID-19 case load exceeds 82,000. The process of providing COVID-19 vaccination to the people of 30 years and above in Colombo and Kampar districts has commenced. And that was the local news.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The main news story for tonight, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, thanked the Sri Lankan leadership for allowing the burial of COVID-19 victims. The Prime Minister concluded the 2-day visit to Sri Lanka on Wednesday, took to the Twitter to thank the Sri Lankan leadership and welcomed the government's official notification, which was gazetted on Thursday, allowing the option of burial for the people who died due to COVID-19. I thank the Sri Lankan leadership and welcome the Sri Lankan government's official notification allowing the burial option for those dying of COVID-19, he tweeted. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And in Oslo tonight, the residents of the Hivala Mount Lavinia area complain that the garbage is not collected on time in certain inner roads. This has caused immense difficulties to the motorists and residents of the area. It has also created health hazard in certain areas as well. This is for the attention of the Hivala Municipal Council. And that came to you in Watch Light.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Headlines of the world news. Biden takes first military action with strike on Iran-backed militias. Melissa Kaddick, missing fraud suspect's foot found on Australian beach. North Korea, Russian diplomats leave by hand-push trolleys. Those are the headlines, and now more to the details of the world news. The U.S. military has carried out an airstrike targeting Iran-backed militias in Syria in the first military action undertaken by the Biden's administration. The Pentagon said that the strike was ordered in response to attack against the U.S. and coalition personnel in Iraq. The action destroyed multiple facilities used by Iranian-backed Iraqi militia groups, it said. Militia officials said that one person has been killed, but a war monitor reported that at least 22 fatalities were there. Australian police say that they have found the partial remains of a fraud suspect who vanished from her Sydney home 4 months ago. Businesswoman Melissa Caddick's disappearance has captivated public attention amid allegations that she stole millions of dollars from her clients. Police had found no trace of her until last week when campers spotted a shoe containing a decomposed foot on a beach 400 kilometers south of Sydney. DNA testing matched it to Miss Caddick. A group of Russian diplomats and their families made an unusual exit out of North Korea on a hand-pushed rail trolley due to strict COVID-19 measures. 8 people traveled by train and bus before pushing themselves across the Russian border for about 1 kilometer over the train tracks. North Korea has blocked most passenger transport to limit the virus's spread. The country maintains that it has not had any confirmed cases, but the observers dispute this claim. Since early last year, trains and wagons have been forbidden to enter or leave the country. Most international passenger flights have also been stopped. And to conclude the world news, the headlines once again. Biden takes first military action with strike on Iran-backed militias. Melissa Caddick, missing fraud suspect's foot found on Australian beach. North Korea, Russian diplomats leave by hand-push trolley. And that was the world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
In development news, Lanka Hospitals, the internationally accredited multi-award-winning healthcare provider, has been named the official healthcare partner of Prima Run Piyavara, an exclusive loyalty program for premier customers of Prima Ceylon. Prima Run Piyavara offers a wide range of benefits to its elite customer base. The partnership enables Prima's premier customer access to loyalty rewards through their Visa and debit card, which can be redeemed at Lanka Hospitals. With that, we move on to sports news. In cricket news, Umar Akmal's 18 months ban has been slashed by 6 months by the Court of Arbitration for Sports, CAS, making him eligible to return to representative cricket, and the PCB had originally suspended him on 20th of February last year. According to the PCB, though the integration is subjected to the cricketer paying a fine of 4.25 billion Pakistan rupee, that's approximately 27,000 USD, and taking part in the program of rehabilitation under the board's anti-corruption code. And from that we move on to sports news. Once again on soccer, Manchester United will play 7-time Champions League winners AC Milan in the last of the 16th of Europa League. AC Milan, who sits second in the Series A, have never won the competition, while United's only title came in the year 2017. Arsenal finalists in the year 2019 faced Greek side who knocked them out on the last 32 stage last year. That was the sports news. Business news coming up.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Business news, Sri Lanka's Coconut Cultivators Association and Celico Insurance Company, under the guidance of Coconut Development Authority, jointly launched a special insurance scheme for the sector, which is a first for Sri Lanka. Under the novel insurance program, Celico Insurance proposes to compensate and provide suitable insurance solutions to the coconut cultivators for the damages caused in various ways to their cultivations. That was the business news. Economic news follows.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Congratulations on your promotion. When will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And in economic news, Green Herbal Products Private Limited won the Most Productive Award at the 5th Best Entrepreneurs Awards ceremony of the Southern Province Business Awards held at Golden Pearl Hotel in Thangala. Green Herbal is famous for their herbal hair tonic, Keshamola Thailea, due to successful results. Even people with bald heads have seen their hair grow after using our product, said the Managing Director of Green Herbal Products, Manori Jathilaka. That is economic news. And the weather report to conclude.
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And finally, the weather report. The Met Department says showers or thunder showers will occur at a few places in the Western Province and in the Ratnapura district during the evening or night. Mainly fair weather will prevail elsewhere. Misty condition can be expected at some places in the Central, Sabaragamu, Uva and Western Provinces and in the Gaul and Mathura districts during the morning. This weather report was published this evening at 7:30 p.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. And before we conclude this bulletin of news, let's get back to the headlines once again. The first 20 rupee coin introduced by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka to mark the 70th anniversary of the Central Bank presented to the Prime Minister today. State Minister Nimal Lanso says the responsibility with regard to the Easter Sunday attack during the Yahapalane government cannot be transferred to anyone else. Imran Khan welcomes Sri Lanka's decision to allow burial of COVID-19 victims. The National Peace Council commends the government's decision to allow burial for COVID-19 victims. Sri Lanka's COVID-19 recovery counts tops 77,000. Sri Lanka's COVID-19 case load exceeds 82,000. The process of providing COVID-19 vaccination to the people of 30 years and above in the Colombo and Gambhar districts has commenced. And in news overseas, Biden takes the first military action with strike on Iran-backed militias. And in sports news, Pakistan Umar Akmal eligible to return to cricket after CAS reduces his ban by 6 months. And with that, we conclude this bulletin of news. And now it's back to your Friday evening host who is going solo today, Victor Raj, to keep you entertained.